run through this spicy little game I just wrapped up with Alex Russ 2024, who hails from the land that shall not be named, or Russia, depending on what your political leanings are. But he's going to immediately try and fianchetto his bishop. I'm going to pull my bishop out here and kind of play a London setup. And we're just rolling, dude. We're rolling, getting set up, getting our pieces developed. Kind of normal stuff here. Trade these pawns off. It's a little weird. I don't know what's going on there. I haven't seen a whole lot of this, but I'm kind of preparing to castle long, potentially, and put a little pressure on this knight was what my thought process was here. He pushes the pawn, get my knight out of there. He trades, so now I'm centralizing my queen, which the computer doesn't love. But I like that it's just kind of on this diagonal. I don't see an immediate way. I guess he can immediately do this, actually, so that's probably why it's bad. He doesn't immediately do it. For some reason, moves the other knight, which I thought allowed me to get to my queen to here, which I thought was just interesting at the very least, that I'm kind of pinning his knight. But now my queen's like pretty easy to attack. I guess this wasn't the best move for him. I drop my queen back, and I'm just doing a bunch of dancing with the queen. So I was attacking this pawn. He protects it, but gives me a free pawn. Oh yeah, I was forking pawns here. So I was attacking this one and this one simultaneously. So I'm able to win a pawn early, which is great. Love to see that. Move my bishop out of the way of his attack. And I'm really just kind of eyeing these naked light squares here. I'm thinking maybe I can set up a mate attack at some point. Drop my queen back. He pushes a pawn. Heave a pawn just to kind of bully this knight around, ask it where it's going. He brings it backwards. And I get my bishop on the diagonal because it was being attacked. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to try to sneak in some kind of little mate sequence here eventually. He drops his knight back. I castle. I should have kicked the knight, I guess. But I'm happy to be castled. His knights are looking really weird over there. I don't really know what's going on. And here I go with my sneaky little attack here. It's not nearly sneaky enough because he notices that I'm setting up a battery here. And it wasn't very sneaky. But I tried, dude. I tried. I figured I might as well try at some point. It's telling me to trade the pawns. I'm not going to do that. If I took this pawn here, he did have my pawn pin, so reasonable little push there. He attacks my queen. I just offered the trade of queens, and now I've got connected passed pawns in the middle of the board, plus an outside passed pawn over here. I think things are looking pretty good. Just got to figure out how to go make a queen with one of those. You know what I'm saying? So he drops his knight over here, attacking my rook. I'm going to attack the knight, get behind my pawn. Feel like that's working pretty well. I like everything that's happening here. Get my bishop behind my pawns as well, just really supporting. We're chilling, dude, absolutely chilling. And then he's going to trade the knight for the bishop. I'm fine with that given the circumstances. I don't think these double pawns are super easy to attack right now. Maybe they will be in the long run. We'll see. But I'm just going to try to start pushing my pawns. He trades rooks, which didn't make a whole lot of sense. He's got to get his rook in front of my pawn, and I'm just going to push the other one. I'm going to try and create a couple different problems for him to have to deal with. He's going to have to take this pawn. I'm running forward. He manages to protect the promotion square. And I make a pretty serious error here. It's actually not that big of a deal right now because I have this resource, but he pins my bishop to my rook, which is terrifying. It looks like he's about to be able to grab my bishop. The problem is that he misses the fact that I have a check here, so I can discover attack his rook. The best move in this position for him was to move his king off of the diagonal. He doesn't notice it, and I didn't notice it either. I just got really lucky that I had this resource, and I managed to check the king. And I actually pre-moved this. I pre-moved taking his rook because I thought he had to move out of the check. I didn't realize he could block. He's low on time. He has half my time at this point, so I might have won this game even if he had taken my rook, but he misses the fact that he can take my rook, and then I miss the fact that I do. Okay, so I'm pinning him here, but I thought I had a trade here, so that was actually a great take on my part, and I didn't even realize why until now. But I am pinning his rook, so all is well. But yeah, so it's just a time scramble at this point. I managed to grab a pawn, take his pawn. He's just making moves to make moves, and he times out, and I win the game, dude. Got a little sketchy towards the end, but I thought it was pretty solid overall. A lot of running around with the queen, trying to make things happen. We traded off the queens. I get some passed pawns, and that's going to be the difference in the game, dude. Passed pawns, dude, make or break. There it is. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.